So spring is slowly making its way in from winter, and for a lot of people that's going to mean a few days of doing nothing but cleaning. It's that whole spring cleaning idea. I myself am really not that familiar with it. I don't get the concept. Shouldn't you just kind of clean all the time? I don't know, but honestly, it's never really fun, but with the right music, it can definitely make it a more tolerable experience. And while some people might think it's all about wildly loud, crazy music, that might not be the best thing, because you don't want to be slamming into walls while you're cleaning them and knocking all of your weird knickknacks off the shelf and breaking them. So whether you're vacuuming, dusting, or just picking up all the junk you should have taken care of months ago, here's a few suggestions to make your cleaning time far more tolerable. First up is a simple one. It's Michael Jackson's Thriller record. The rhythms and grooves on this one are as classic as they get, and chances are you know every single second of this album. But the fact that there are remnants of the disco era on this really keep the energy in a completely different way, and you might find yourself unintentionally dancing. There's nothing wrong with that. The songs are fun, extremely well written, sonically diverse, and honestly, since you probably know every single song here, you're going to be singing along with it and dancing in the best way possible. Whether it's Beat It, Wanna Be Starting Something, Pretty Young Thing, maybe even the title track, there are so many great moments that you're gonna fall in love with all over again. There's not a song here that's gonna let you down, so make sure this is part of your cleaning ritual. Another go-to when you're cleaning the house is the Cramps' Songs the Lord Taught Us album. For me, nothing gets me going quite like Psychobilly, and you can't really have great Psychobilly without this record. It's the best there is. From the rhythms to the pumping guitar work, these songs overflow with energy and attitude. And for me, that's exactly what I need when I've got an entire house to clean and I don't want to have to be changing songs every 10 seconds. This record is perfect from beginning to end. It's impossible to not shake your hips with almost every single song, and let's be honest, who doesn't want to be able to deliver vocals like Lux Interior? This is also the sort of album that you can crank all the way up and not worry about offending anybody in the house. Because if you're living with people who aren't into the Cramps, it's time to kick them out. They don't deserve the roof over their head. Trust me on this one, the Cramps and cleaning, it's really all you need. My third suggestion is the Power in Numbers album from Jurassic 5. I was debating between this one and Quality Control, but the tempo and the grooves you find here really push this one just a little bit above the other. And I think this is a little more conducive to being on your feet and keeping you on your feet and keeping your spirits high. Every single track on this album is awesome, and from Big Daddy Kane to Nelly Furtado, there's great guests that really keep each song fresh and original. The rhymes on this album are as smart as they've ever been. There are so many great phrases that are gonna make you smile and make you think. And it's that lyrical intellect that's gonna keep your brain from nodding off mid-clean. Along with that, this album has a very high level of danceability, and honestly, that's one of the best things you can do when you're cleaning. Fourth up is one single track, Groove is in the Heart by deee-lite. The fact is, there isn't any situation known to man where this song isn't perfect. That is a scientific fact, and when you're trying to get cleaning done, it's one of the best times to pull this one out. Whether it's the bass line, the melody, that damn slide whistle, there's so much great sound going on here. You're gonna love it every single time you play it. And it's gonna have you dancing and singing while picking stuff up and dusting off shelves and making you happier than you ever thought possible while you're doing housework. This is one of those songs you can drop 5 or 6 times into a playlist and it's gonna light you up every single time it comes on. It just never gets old. And it's able to brighten up even the dustiest and grayest of times. Make sure this one is part of your cleaning playlist. My last suggestion for cleaning music for this spring is Jeffertiti's Nile, the Electric Hour album. This is one of my favorite records of the last few years, and it brings a tempo and a groove unlike any of the other albums I've listed, and really unlike anything else that's come out in the last few years. Deep grooves, crunchy guitar, solid vocals, it's all there on this album. And it's a solid rocker from beginning to end that's gonna have you bouncing off the walls and tossing trash out of every possible window. Hopefully that's okay where you live. This one does a great job of covering the entire sonic spectrum, and yet the energy is never lost in the least, and it's gonna keep you engaged the entire time. This is also one of those albums you're gonna wanna crank all the way up, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with cranking it up and rocking out while you're cleaning the house, and this is a great album to do that too. One word of warning though, this album gets you going so much that if you're standing at the top of the stairs, you might find yourself wanting to do a David Lee Roth kick jump to the bottom, and chances are you're not coordinated enough to land that, so be careful. This album though is definitely a solid pick for cleaning or really anything that goes on in the spring and summer. Make sure this one is part of your collection now. So there it is, a few suggestions to help make your spring cleaning more enjoyable. Of course, you can also just go for the simple solution, which is make your favorite song playlist and put that on while you're doing the job. Hop down in the comments and tell me what your favorite albums are for doing housework, because you know what? Music is really the only way to survive that sort of thing. Also, make sure to let me know what you want me to cover the next time we do the fives. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.